Hey friends, happy Thursday. I wanted to give you a quick update that was concise and smart and funny and interesting and informative, and I realized that was completely impossible for me. So instead, you're getting whatever this is. I wanted to, in particular, draw your attention to what's happening on the animation services side of things with what we're doing. Initially we didn't know that we would be animating for other projects, but as we have pushed more and more in this direction, we start to see basically unlimited growth potential here, and I'll tell you why. Right now, sort of the biggest innovation, I guess, in PFPs and Solana in the last while has been DGods and Dead Gods. Two different visual representations of the same NFT. And while that was a smart way to upgrade their art and has been hugely successful, it really is an incremental step in the grand scheme of things. You've gone from one static to another static, and there is a whole lot more growth to go from there. Basically, the minute that Twitter brings animated PFPs into their functionality, the demand for animated NFT PFPs is going to explode. And that will mean good things for pen friends because we're ready for that already. We have as far as I know, the most fully animated collection in Solana. We've planted our flag in terms of that long ago. So I think that there will be a big demand jump there because of who we are and what our PFPs are and how much they move. But also, basically every project out there is going to be thinking, oh shit, we should have prepared for this. Why didn't we see this coming? Because all of those communities are going to be saying, when animation? I think I think you all know this to be true, that if you are in a project and you love the project and then all of a sudden everyone's moving to animated PFPs, that's just going to be the natural state of things, is going to be a lot of community members and a lot of communities saying, when animation. And we're here for that, and that is where this growth potential is for us as animation service providers. We are we've done something that no one else has done so far in Solana in terms of an animated generative collection, and we are offering a service right now that no one else is offering. And I think those two things place us in a unique position going forward as we move into the next phases of NFT evolution, which is really step one is animation. Step two, we've talked a little bit about in terms of it being updatable, alterable, filterable, programmable, and those things are all down the line, and we are planning the future based on all of those things. But step one is the move has not been made from static to animation for 99% of projects out there. And in particular, I look at the blue chips and think, as soon as the first one of them moves, the others are going to fall in line. So there is this huge demand potential there whenever this happens, because people love to flex on Twitter, and if you aren't using Twitter to its full flexing potential, you're just not doing it right. For most NFT people, that's kind of the way it goes. So as we've been, and I should say, this process is starting now. We are starting to be approached by projects that, established projects that are looking ahead to Gen 2, Gen 3, and thinking, it should be animated. And they're right. They're 100% right. And there's going to be more and more and more of them. And, they're making inquiries with us, and then our own internal discussions have been, well, what does that look like exactly? Like, do we need to be also a launch pad so that we're doing the two things in concert? If we're doing that, then do we need to provide doxing? If we're doing that, then should we be also doing some branding or marketing so we can make sure they have a successful launch? Like, where does it end? And you get spread way too thin. And we have a lot going on as it is. So we had a meeting yesterday and with a group of projects, and basically each project is providing a service. And the idea is that as a group, we provide one-stop shop for Web3 solutions for projects. So you have a project that is providing doxing services, a project that's providing launchpad services, a project that does branding and marketing, a project that does tokenomics expertise, you name it. It's all there, and it's a full suite. And Frens, as animation services provider, slides neatly in there where we can just concentrate on what we do best, what our core function is, what we really bring to the table that's unique, and concentrate on that, and not worry about trying to branch out and becoming all of these other things and being everything to everyone kind of thing. It's just like, let's offer our animation services within the scope of this wider suite of projects, tools, you name it. So partnership, I guess, really is the word I'm looking for. So anyways, we're pretty excited about that, and there'll be a lot more coming about that, as that becomes more public, and we talk about all the pieces that are involved in that. So yeah, so really my two messages today are, this growing demand is coming, and we are putting ourselves in a position to be able to meet that demand, not only in terms of what we do, but in terms of how we can fit what we do into a bigger solution package for any of these projects that have the foresight to get ahead of this, because it's coming. Like, we all know it's coming. It's inevitable, and the projects that will deal with it the best are the ones that get the ball rolling early, which is to say now-ish, and the ones that don't are going to be left behind in some cases. I don't think there's any question about that. I'm sure there's certain static art that will remain iconic and classic, and that's cool. But if you were doing a new generation or a new collection, why? Like, give me one reason why it should not be animated. Like, there is none. Like, other than cost. Like, unless you just don't want to pay, if you want to be cheap, but that's not a good reason. That's not a good reason, because you will find yourself obsolete sooner than you ever thought. So anyways, I think that there is such a huge opportunity for us here, and it's one of those things where it's like it's not immediate. This is not something that is going to raise the floor price of Frens in the next 5 days. It's just not. Is it something that will bring the entire community value over time? Absolutely, yes, because the animation services that we provide, they are split the same way that the series sales are split, 70-30. So as we generate revenue from providing animation services, all of us will be benefiting together. And the flip side of that as well is, like, each one that we do, now we have more notoriety. So it's like sort of it's like a marketing spend at the same time as a revenue generation, because more and more collections will come out. We'll have worked on them. People will be raving about them, and that good work will just beget more good work, and also revenue, which will be a win for everyone. So, like I say, this is huge spike in demand, which is 100% coming for animated projects will benefit us directly because we are already animated in terms of pen friends, and benefit us also in terms of the market for our animation services is going to explode. It remains to be seen how many projects will be smart enough to capitalize or to invest in this change. But I think it will be many. I think that's safe to say. And once it starts to happen, it's going to snowball. So anyways, I just wanted to give you the sense of this is another thing that we're working on that we think has great potential and is not immediate. And that's okay. And, as always, we really appreciate your support and patience. I think we're working on some really cool stuff, and over time, this is going to be very rewarding for everyone involved. But there is no quick pump here. We are building away. We are partnering with other builders, and in order to provide what I think is a very unique and needed opportunity for projects out there that are looking to not get left in the dust by what's coming. So anyways, have a great rest of your day. There'll be another announcement soon, hopefully shorter than this. I feel like this one's just as bad. I'm not improving. Yeah, sorry. Anyways, love you guys. Pen Friends for life.